Yeah, hi guys. Welcome to my channel. As usual, every week we will do an updates and some market analysis for the coming weeks. And the coming week that we are looking at would be on the 22nd all the way to the 26th. So there'll be 22 to 26 on February. For those that haven't subscribed to me, please press the red little button on the subscription there for the YouTube and subscribe to me. There'll be more. I'll do more. If can, I'll do more on the daily side so that you can kind of like follow up on what I'm actually sharing on the analysis day to day. Hope that I can do that if I have time, but now I only have the time on the weekend and just to do that. Before I proceed further, as usual, the disclaimer: trading in futures, commodity, and forex market is one of the riskiest form of investment available in the financial markets and suitable for sophisticated individuals and institutions. The possibility exists that you could sustain a substantial loss of funds, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. As usual, I'll just repeat this: there's no sure win, there's no 100% that we're going to make on every setups, but proven on long run that we are able to make some good profits if we were to consistently having the same system over and over again. Yeah, it's all. And please take care of your money management. Don't go and go all in. All in doesn't work in FX market or any money market. That it doesn't work. It's gambling if that's the case. It's trading that we are talking about. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. If I have the time, I'll do it that for you. So let's proceed to analysis on the coming week. So what's upcoming week? Well, just select 5 pairs as usual. So gold is one of the, a lot of people like it, so I'll analyze gold. Then I have my pound dollar. Then let's talk about a bit on maybe dollar CAD, then Euro USD, and as well as perhaps another one of dollar yen. Yeah, let's stay here. So 5 pairs, and yeah, let's go into 5 pairs. All right. The first thing that we want to see, as usual, for gold, it's what's going on now. The question is, a lot of people say, oh, I only see candlestick, I only see chart. Why there's no indicator here? I can't trade without indicator. Yep, the system I'm practicing, it's practically I'm looking for support and resistance that I would say that that's a key area. So how do I determine that as a key area? It's a very simple ideology. For now, we can see that for gold versus dollar, if we go under the technical side, right, that's a support here that broken. Once it's broken, it came back down again and retest again. So why we gotta find out, hey, why did price bounce here? There's definitely something that being supported here, and if you go to a higher time frame, we can see that price is actually testing the higher time frame support. That's the only reason why. So perhaps we will just mark one here and drop the time frame down to H4 and go and have a look at it. Where is it all about? Here you go. So if we were to adjust it slightly lower over here for the H4 to match back the H4, see how price reacted towards this area and boom, went back up again. And yeah, I usually ignore the wick. The reason why I ignore the wick is because of this. See, if we were to on the line chart, stay right, just nice there. So you guys want to mark the line chart, it's up to you. You guys want to mark the candlestick, I'll just ignore the wick, but keep in mind that the wick is just the movement. Breather as well. If you ever place an SL there, please place it right below the wick. Don't just place right below the support resistance because price did test there before. All right, let's move forward, and this is gold. So for coming week, what I would like to do is actually to find out. See, a lot of people said, hey, there's a retest ongoing here. Perhaps I can do a short on this particular price here. Yeah, they are not wrong anyway. But what I'm looking for is a longer run. What do I mean by longer run? So that once it's moved on a certain direction, I have more options or more percentage that the price move further, I can make more. That's the whole idea. So unless you guys are going for intraday or scalping, this is a very good area for you to keep on shorting. Okay, let's talk about intraday first before I go for a swing, because this is a potential swing now. So for intraday, what I can do is, what I usually do, it's have a look at price being broken by who. See, there's a particular candlestick here. If you have a look, just nice. Who broke it? Now, this fella is the one that broke it. So if this fella is the one that broke it, what I do is I'll just mark it over here, and I'll take half of the candlestick, and this is where I'll place all my orders. See, Friday itself, if the price comes back here, whoever to go for the intraday, yeah, make some good picks, yeah. That's the one of the intraday way. But if we were to go for a longer term, there'll be a little bit more things that we want to see. Okay, if we were to go for longer term, what we want to do is we want to look at the sentiments of the market, number one. Number two, we want to know at what's the fundamental side behind it, meaning, okay, rather than write fundamental, I'll just write there news. Then we must have a look at the data and what's all data that are ongoing as well. And we got to understand that gold is forever a safe haven pair. So what does it mean by safe haven? Meaning that once there's uncertainty in the market, gold move. Gold will be strengthening. So for now, fundamental, I'll just keep it aside first. Let's go look a little bit more on the technical now. For now, just find some technical there. Then we'll use this as a support what's going on. So we have an edge here, we have an edge here, and our edge are slightly higher than the possibility runs slightly higher. Of course, I may be wrong. So if I'm wrong, where do I cut off? That's the most important thing to do. For now, we can see very well that price is rejecting this particular support. So if it's rejecting this support, does it mean that price have a potential to go upside all the way here? Yes, price do have that particular percentage, but will it go up? Of course it will go up. Let's have a look at what's going on. We call it the pressure. Is there any pressure showing that this resistance, don't take some intraday over, so done. So now I want to go for some longer swing, longer holding. I would say it's a midterm holding thing. So the question is simple as this. Can we see this pushing bar and have a look at the following pushing bar Friday itself, and as well as all this pushing bar? I mean, this is not price action, this is just momentum, the price momentum, meaning that the presence of buyer came in on this area that they think is cheap for them to buy gold now in terms of technical. So if we are looking at all this structuring now, there might have a possibility that the price will just keep on going and break and go all the way to the top side. All right, this is what the technical is telling me now. If I were to flip it over, let's take some past data to show you. Okay, see, for the price to flow down, there's always a pressure again, and then more or less like you can see there's a lot of rejection, I would say. Okay, the longer the price stays at the end area, the longer it kind of like will push the price through, as long as there's a lot of rejection. This is what chart tells us. This is the chart language itself. This is what candlestick tells us. An early indication saying that, hey, price might fall. Okay, that's one of them. Or you can have a look here as well. If price goes up, look at all the pushing tail, pushing bar, the price keep on going up and up. See all the momentum that we talk about. See, all these are the momentum. So as long as we can find some momentums here, the price actually will follow through eventually. So what's going on now here? There's the same indication starts to happen here already. Am I wrong to short the market? No, we are not wrong to short the market, because there will be forever a temporary drive that people will still see that, hey, this area is still good for me to do a short. But the short doesn't last very long. It's because of all these areas that being pushed up. Every time it comes back down, boom, goes back up, comes back down, boom, goes back up. So it's a very interesting indication, or an early indication saying that price might go back up. So this is number one. Number two, let's have a look at the sentiments. So done. This is what the price going to tell us. So how to take an entry, just share a bit with you on gold. Okay, if we were to have a look at this particular small, just focus on 4H, we can see very well that personal option or personal, what I really truly love to do is I will look at breakouts. Then after the breakout, I would love to look at a full bar momentum bar, or some people call it Marubozu, or a full long body, those type of bars. We have one here. And guess what? That's a smaller time frame. Rather than just drop into a smaller time frame, I'll just mark it here. That's a breaking. So if there's a breaking over here, it also says, it also indicate that there's a chance that this price might stay. That's why we have a look. Once it broke this, my small little particular on the smaller time frame key area, the price actually float back up. Then the price tries to come back down again, it float back up again, comes down again. So what happened here, it's more or less a fight. Price is fighting, boom, pump, boom, pump, boom, pump. So if price is fighting there, then yeah, let's see further what is going to go on. Certain trader would only take if it break here. Certain trader like me, I would actually have a position of a buy here already, based on the reason tested my my higher time frame support here and rejected. An indication of a push bar here. Before this push bar here, there's a start to push already. Price start to push here, and there's an indication. So once all this indication aligns to what I want, this is a very good chance or a very good price for me to enter. So how do I enter it? There's a lot of way for me to enter. One, price action. Is currently the H4 price action nice? No, that's a pin being formed on this particular area that it's like nobody's zone. If the price fall back down here, then I will look for some rejection if I'm a price action trader, but I am not a price action trader. I enter with averaging. So what's going on? What I'm going to do on Monday itself, it's perhaps if the price starts to flow down a bit, I'll just enter some lots that I'm willing to invest into the market as my losses. Okay, always remember how much we're going to lose first, winnings later on. So maybe I have a position here. If the price flow back down, a position here as well. Or there's another way that I can do. It's the usual way lah, I would say. I'll just mark my breaking bar and let the price float back down here. As long as it's near here or anywhere here near, I'll just do an entry. Then I'll just entry. If the price comes back here, just mark this area for you. If the price comes back here, I'll just do a cut. That's mean I would say I am wrong. That's all. And I will take all my losses. Either I cut loss, I'll set my SL there. That's my last area because untested ground. So let's have a look what will happen. So when it comes to that is just technical side only, meaning that technical tells me to buy. How about the fundamental side? How about the data side? How about the news side? So what we know about sentiments now? Is the market very fearful or is the market very greedy now for gold, dollar? See, price been coming down and down and down. And sentiments means market feeling. So price been coming down and down and down and down. So if we were to think about this concept, all-time high, breaking low, all-time low, or the lowest point on the recent time, how would the market feel? Every time on the low side, market will fear. Every time on the high side, the market will be very greedy. So if market is fearful, and especially currently for gold, it's practically for how many months? Let's have a look how many months. It's nearly to 206 days, 206, that they never tested this price already. Sorry, not like that. Missed this up. Okay, here you go. Almost for 87 days, it never tested this price already. So it just come back and test. So for 87 days, that's about 3 months. So that's the 3 months low. Then for the 3 months low itself, is there a potential saying that a market fear that will it breach, will it breach, will it not breach, will it break, will it not break? So That's the feeling that the traders might have in majority. Because if I will think like them, I would just say, hey, should I buy or shouldn't I buy? So it's a concept of fear, right? They kind of like get stop out, not stop out. It's like, very skeptical, not too sure. If I were to sell, what will happen? If I were to buy, so it's very uncertain about this thing. So there's a lot of fear being formed, and that's the sentiment. Then when it comes to the news side, what do we know about dollar? See, there's a correlation between gold and dollar. If the dollar is strong, gold is weak. If gold is strong, dollar is weak. It's either way. This is called market correlation. All right. So what do we know about that? So simple as we have a look at the this dollar index. What's going on with dollar index now? Dollar index been moving a pressure downwards. If dollar index is being moving pressure downwards, is there any indication that the price will move back up? I mean, yeah, it's testing my current support, my recent support on 4H itself, but there's not much indication saying that it will flow back up yet. So if there's not much indication saying that dollar itself have the power or have the the early indication or rejection happening over here, saying that they want to go up, because why I said so, it's simple as there's only one pin, not really a push, another push, that's all. But it's missing the crucial one. For the price to truly push up, it's always a momentum bar. It must be a full body bar. Only I would say that price potentially have the chance to go back up. That's the only thing. The difference is this. See why price goes back up. Look at this bar. Why price comes back down. Look at this bar. See, this is all the indications saying that, hey, I want to go down. Hey, I want to go up. See, I won't be looking for this to do entries. I will be looking for this to do entries, because this is where the big boys comes in with their money. This is all the retail traders that comes in with their money. That's why the push is not that powerful. All these are the retail traders, and this is the big boys. From the chart, there's no indication of big boys here yet, but we can see that there's a lot of big boys here. Chang chang, big money. What is the big money? So if there's a lot of big money ongoing here that comes in, just get rid of this, and no indication that the big money want to push back down, push back up the price. So for me, I'm still biased. The key is biased. It's not 100%, but I'm biased, saying that dollar is still weak based on the chart. This is based on the chart, how I correlate dollar index towards my goal. That's all. So once I found about dollar still have the chance to move on the downward cycle, a chance, perhaps there's a chance, an edge. I got a slightly extra edge on gold that have an extra upside. That's it, right? That's based on how I use pairs. Then when it comes to news, what do I see? So all I know now is there is uncertainty in the market. Why I say uncertainty? Yellen just spoke about stimulus, that she wanted to kind of like discuss, or in the verge of discussion in 2 weeks' time. Until then, only we know that the answer, that the stimulus worth how much that they're going to pump into the market, or will it be passed? Even though they want to pass it as a legislation or pass it that through or to approve that stimulus itself, it got to go through the House and the Senate. So if we have a look at the House and the Senate, who's controlling it, we have a look at the political situation there. It's Republican and Democrat in a good relationship? No, they are not in a good relationship. So the impeachment thing is ongoing with Trump, which failed already. They tried to impeach him, but nope, it was failed. All we know now is market been going up and up. There's a lot of money involved in the market, and that's what I can say, that there's a lot of uncertainty in the market now. So people or market is actually waiting for the stimulus to happen. How can we see whether the stimulus is helping the market or not? Is there any pricing in for the stimulus? See, this is the concept, or just a way that I analyze market. Every time a stimulus being pumped into the market, what rise? The stock market rise. So the stock market is part of the index or the indices. The only indices that I see is the Dow 30. Why I have a look at the Dow 30? Because they are the 30 biggest company and the oldest company in States itself, in US itself. So I want to know, is there any movement of money flow into the market itself or not, or the equity markets? If there's an inflow of equity markets, then perhaps this one might get stalled, because money gotta move from area to area. Either it goes to the safe haven, or it goes to the equity market, or it will turn itself into a dollar and park aside. This is my concept. All right, let's have a look at Dow 30. What's Dow 30 been ongoing now? See, Dow 30, no, not much activity, not much direction. Just delete it off. Because we can see that price broke here, broke the upside, came back down again, try to go back up, got stalled up, can't really move through. So we have a resistance point here, and we have a support point here. Why this is, I claim it as a support on 4H, is because there's a lot of rejection. So what I can see now is Dow, or the equity market, it's ranging, not much activity yet. So from here, I can say that there's a possibility there's a possibility that market is still waiting for the stimulus. See, if the market is waiting for the stimulus, it's also equivalent to the ideology of uncertainty. They do not know what's the answer yet. So if they do not know what's the answer yet, what will happen to safe haven? Have a look back at safe haven. Let's go. There might have the chance that it might goes back up again. This is what I talk about safe haven. Uncertainty, safe haven have a chance. So that add on to the edge itself. So we have the safe haven done. We have the sentiment of fear. Then I haven't covered news and data yet. Sorry, I have covered news based on the stimulus itself, the upcoming, what's going on in the market, that the stimulus itself by Biden policies. Then the last thing that we want to have a look is data. When it comes to data, I'm talking about economically lined up data. Since this is pegged to dollar and gold have hardly data, the only way for us to have a look at gold data is the gold mine itself. But usually I don't look at gold mine. I only look at what's going on with dollar, because dollar itself is good enough for me to take a position already. So when it comes to economic calendar, I love to use one website by the name of Trading Economics. Based on one reason, they have one extra things that investing don't have, extra thing or my FX book don't have, or Forex Factory that don't have. It's the forecast site. When it comes to the other three that I mentioned just now, they have the consensus site only, but they never have a forecast. So what I want to look is the forecast site is being done by this particular team in Trading Economics, and they come up with their own forecast. Save my job, save my analysis. I do not need to go into details on how to actually go and calculate all these things, saying that, hey, it might have better data, might have worse data. So it's free. Trading Economics is free. I love to use the forecast, and let's proceed. So when it comes to dollar, what's going on with dollar? So we can have a look at Monday itself. Let's line up all the dollar for the whole week. Monday itself, forecast say it's better, but sorry, consensus says better, forecast said it's going to match. Then we have Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index said that it's going to be worse than previous, and there's no consensus. And yeah, then we have the Chicago Fed National Activity say that it's going to perform worse than it. All right. So when it comes to this, we know very well that hey, dollar might have a chance to continuation of a dive. All right. Then we have here you go red book as well. Then the forecast was worse than expected for the forecast. Then yeah, slightly better on the CB consumer confidence on the Fed. And yeah, worse again. And there's a lineup of Powell testimony. I haven't checked this out yet, so not too sure what's going on. Then yeah, the auction note coming up, crude oil change. Yeah, see, we can see that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the forecast is not so lighty or liking or siding to the upside of dollar. It's not really interesting for dollar. Sorry, not siding to the upside now. Until Thursday, yeah. And is there anything big coming up? Yeah, we have the GDP growth, something big. Okay, durable goods orders slightly better. Alright. Okay. Was bad. Friday itself. Where's my dollar? Is there anything big on Friday? Nope. Friday personal income. All right. Okay. So what we can do now is we know very well. That's Monday. Okay. Monday, dollar have a chance to be weak. Let's see until Monday. Then let's see what form next on after Monday, because it's a day-to-day thing. To long hold, it's a day-to-day thing. All right. So we have the data done, and once we have the data done, it's not really siding towards the upside of the dollar by Monday. So there is a chance that not 100%, no way to be 100%. It might just break this area. There's a potential. So let's mark slightly more, the more recent one. There's one here on the smaller time frame. You can use either one, doesn't matter. Just keep this here as well, also can. Support, then sorry, supported, then yep, support again. All right, price might be supported, price might breach. So for me, for gold, based on all these things, I would wait for the price to come back here and perhaps do a buy, or I'll just average down all my position here and go for a buy. That's my bias for gold on Monday itself. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is another story, because there'll be updates on new sentiments, there'll be updates on news data, there'll be update on news, the what's ongoing on the current news itself, and it very much depending on will the market still accept it as a safe haven or not. There's no way to be 100% that it will work for the whole week. It's a day-to-day thing. All right. Okay, that's how I would take gold for Monday. All right. Then let's go back to pound dollar. So what do we know about pound dollar? I've done all my marking here. Maybe just mark again. All right. I know very well that Friday broke this area. Then this week itself, yeah, broke that area as well. Then last week itself, it broke this area. So price goes up. All these are the key areas. Price break, price retest, price break, price potential that price might retrace. Then see how the key being broken, come back and retry again and goes back up. So how do we take entries on all these things? There's a lot of ways. I just show you how to take entries on this. Chart tells a lot of story. If we were to back it up with fundamental, there'll be even more itself. So if price comes back here, this is my breaking bar. I'll just cut my breaking bar into half. And if the price goes in here, I can wait for price action, I can do whatever I want here. And guess what? The SL is not here. Always put your SL on the following string. The reason based on structuring, market structure, is because of this. If we have a look at market structure goes up and down, to invalidate this market structure itself, the price gotta break here and stay here. Then only I will say, hey, no longer an uptrend. As long as it doesn't break here, nope, it's still an uptrend to me. That's the whole idea. So that's how I have a look at market structure. That's number one. And if the price comes back here, I'll just take some entries. If you want to take entries here based on price action, then at least wait for H. Because the big boys knows that the money, a lot of people will do an early entry, especially on retail trader side. This is what I call an SL hunt. So what's going on here is a lot of people place an early orders here and put their SL right below here. Based on the reason, oh, there's an engulfing here. Still in price action, right? But there's always a pressure or pushing phase that the price push down. So once it pushed down already, yeah, kind of get stuck here. So that's my 2 cents. Or we can have a much longer breather since we are going for a much longer term. You can always go in earlier market, yes, allowed to do so, but always bear in mind, calculate all the way here, that's about 100 pips, that's your true, that's a SL that invalidate my structure. If it price comes back here, close below this level, that's where I say I am wrong. As long as the price still stay afloat here, it's still an uptrend to me because of this structure, like I mentioned. So the structure stays, structure goes up again, have a look and look at how the big money comes in, look at how the big money comes in again, look at how the big money push back up again, and eventually another round. So Monday, interesting enough, this is my favorite pair anyway, pound dollar. Pound yen and pound dollar is my favorite pair. Because of the activities and the volatility behind it and the amount of pips that I can make, if I'm right. All right, okay, for the price to push back up and up, break, came back and retest, break. So perhaps there's a chance that it might retest this area before it goes back up again. The chance. Okay, what do we know about same when we analyze this thing? Before that, I'll just complete this thing first. How do I want to take an entry? Okay, there's a chance of that. But for the price to invalidate this structure, you gotta break here. This is my invalidation. Alright, okay, my first invalidation would be here and my second invalidation will be here. Why? Because if price comes back here, retest and did a break, meaning it broke my support here. Okay, so still monitoring on what's going on. If I want to take an entry on Monday, I would love to wait for the price at least to come back into this area and do some rejection. If it ever come back. If it doesn't come back into this area to do some rejection, why I say it's still valid buy? Because my area, after this area on the invalidate, before I confuse you, I just okay, this is my area, and perhaps there's another area that I can take an earlier entry. This is for slightly high risk one over here on half of breaking. The reason why I said that's a nice entry zone as well is because price broke this area. Boom, it did break and go, so it's still a valid area for me to take a buy. It's either here or either here. So the question is, once the price comes back here, I would love to see, is there a rejection, some rejection, at least give me some rejection that price is rejecting this area first before I even press any entries. Or I would, if I'm patient enough, I'll just wait here. No right, no wrong on these two areas. As long as, even though it breaks here, it comes all the way here. Okay, my final zone that I can do an entry is over here. Still a valid zone. because the final one before invalidation. So I have 3 zones being marked depending where the price want to reject. There's no way for me to tell you guys saying that, oh, price comes here, definitely going to reject, or comes here, oh, definitely going to reject. It's impossible. We got to monitor. See, for price before it can float back up, just to share with you, look at how it actually reject this area. You keep on trying to push and push and push and push, or before it goes up, it push and push and push. And bear in mind, this is 4H chart. Every candlestick is 4 hours. So if I were to calculate, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 is 16 hours. Price been sitting there for 16 hours. For intraday or for a swing, it's a very good chance for us to go in AD. Half a day been sitting on the same price. So where does it want to go? Meaning that every time it comes back down, it try to push back up again. And moreover, there's a pushing pin here, a price action actually. If you guys is a price action trader, this is a very good pin for you to take. It just reject nicely based on a key area. Okay, here as well, it's price reject. So another key area, it's rejecting here. It's rejecting here. Look at it. I've been rejecting this area, the key area itself. So once done that, price still waiting. I wouldn't want to buy at this price yet. If the price decided on Monday, just boom, goes back up on Asian session, or on Tokyo session or on Sydney session, too bad for me. I don't get any entries on this. That's the only issue. At least my money is safe, rather than just risking on unnecessary stuff. Not every day have entries anyway. Okay, that's for pound. Okay, when it comes to the sentiment side, how does pound feels now? Okay, so pound, it's came on breaking high, so market's kind of on the greedy side already. So that's how I would feel. People still want to push the price up. Yeah, anyway, if talking about that, there's still a lot of momentum on the upside. Look at it. Okay, that's on the feeling. Okay, when it comes to the fundamental side, on the news side, what do we know about pound? Okay, the currently hot topic that they are talking about, just to let you guys know, is the reopening of UK. That's why the price being pushing higher and higher and higher. I mean, that's not really a secret or anything. If you guys were to follow what's going on in UK, you know, I mean, Brexit's done. So Brexit over. No more issue on Brexit. Uncertainty of Brexit is all done. So pound no longer rely on that. What's going on now is pound is talking about reopening of their economy, meaning they're locked down. They're under lockdown. So if they're under lockdown, if there's a potential that Boris wants to reopen up the market by easing the lockdown, what will happen to the economy? Things start moving back. If things start moving back, it's good for the currency. So pound have a good chance that will have a continuation up. That's number one. Number two, what do we know about dollar just now? Dollar still have a chance that it might go down, meaning weak. So if pound is strong, potential strong, dollar potential weak, what will happen to this price? Perhaps another upside. That's number two. Then let's have a look at the datas. What's going on with pound? Monday nothing, Tuesday claimant count, see oh, better. I think that's a very good indication that next week we might see more upside on pound, right? Even CBI better, and then we have more of nothing much on pound anymore. Better data. Then we have car production, bad drop. So that's until Friday itself only we decide. Okay, all right. So we work until this area. That's last week. A bit over scrolly. Okay, we work until this area. Potentially by Tuesday, pound might have more upsides, and just perhaps wait for the price to come back down a bit, retrace, do some small correction, and buy back up again. Right? Okay. What's going on for dollar Canadian. This is interesting. Okay, dollar Canadian. I'll just keep that there. Show you something there. Price is being supported by the pre on the higher time frame. See, it's like the low of the low, the recent low. A low that being rejected. Let's have a look. Is this low anymore? Low. Yeah, there's another low here. Alright, I mean the lowest low that the price potentially can go is over here. Let's mark it here first. Then we drop down to 4H. Just put it slightly nicer. Pull it further. Darling. Okay, just put it.
Daddy,
Yes.
what you doing?
Daddy doing a video, so say hello to them. Say hello.
Hello.
That's my daughter. Alright, back to here. So this is 4H. Actual supported over here. If we were to go back all the way to the origin of the price, let's see, still very far, and price count like got broken actually, price being broken. So if price being broken, let's check has it broke here as well. Yeah, break. Okay, so we got a double break here. So if price broken, let's have a look what's next. What happened? See, wow, this is nice. Rejecting. So if this is the breaking by itself, see any potential re-entry that we can take or not? Yeah. Ta-chang. See,
Why you
if darling, leave me alone. Okay. Alright. Price broken it already, then price retest it and came back down. So whoever that did intraday or scalping, yeah, look at it. You have profited already. Congratulations. And now we are looking for much on the swing side. If there's a way to swing this, way to swing this position, I would actually take the broken side. So what do we know about dollar now? Dollar have the weakness like I mentioned just now. So in terms of analysis on dollar, dollar itself have a potential for a downside. Now we want to know what's going on with Canada. What is Canada all about? Canada, it's all about oil. How about oil? What's going on with oil now? Is oil have a better pricing? Is oil been climbing? It's because why I say oil, because they are one of the biggest producer for WTI as well. So their countries or I would say Canada, it's actually a commodities dollar, and they are very much based on oil price. If oil price strengthen, they strengthen. If oil got no price, they weaken. The reason why, I hope that you guys still remember that oil went negative price on one of the futures. At that particular moment, what happened to Canadian? Canadian is practically on top of the top of the top. They have no value like crap. See? So now, since oil is doing rather good, things start to move back, demand starts to come back. So not that, I mean, let's have a look at the price just to let you guys know. So where's my oil commodities WTI? The oil been breaching, going nowhere for now, but they actually went up all the way to $61. So from here we can see that or understand that there's a potential. Fine. If we were to study this as a market structure, a simple eye also can see that oil is still going up. Demand is coming back. So if demand is coming back, that might have a potential that it will go down for USCAD. I mean for Luni itself. So Monday itself, yeah, I'll look for some shorts for swing. And where can I swing to? Just bear in mind we have still a high time frame supported price here, and perhaps anywhere here. Because if we have something on the higher time frame, especially when it comes to support and resistance, it actually still have the power to kind of like stall us from going through. It won't have such a smooth journey that, oh, if I were to sell, oh, if within a few hours I will come there. No, price goes up and down. Always remember that. So yeah, I'll short this position on Monday, and perhaps I'll just put my SL right above here. It's either here or here or here. This is nice. So if I were to calculate based on this, most probably, it's not moving. Yeah, about 130 pips. So good enough for me. If you guys want to take such a heavy pips, if you guys not up for heavy pips, just put right above the box. I mean, those are high risk, I would say. High risk, but not necessarily it doesn't work. If you're going for intraday, this is a good area for you to kind of put your SL. If you're going, because you're going for short TPs, not that far. If you're going for far TP, if you were to put a short SL, market move up and down, the whiplashes might take out your position, and then only it start to go towards your buyer's direction. That's where all the emotion will come and haunt you. That's how traders feel anyway. Wrong gauging of SL most of the time. They always think that if I have a 20 pips or 30 pips SL, I can have a TP that worth about 300 or 400. Out of 30 trades, 40 trades, maybe I have one. That's the ratio. I wouldn't want to fight that because probability is very low. Not say it doesn't work, it's just that I have a very low probability on that one. Okay, that's for what I'm going to do on Loonie. Okay, when it comes to Euro USD, price got stalled up here. Okay, I can see very well that even though dollar is weak, it seems like Euro is not that strong also. Every one of the pair, just now we study pound dollar broken, the resistance. We study USCAD broken the support, and currently we study Euro USD. None of it being broken yet. It's still kind of like jam in between. So for this pair, for me to monitor further, if I want to buy, because it just tells me this, yeah, dollar is weak, correct, but euro is not that strong after all. It's very obvious. If euro is strong and dollar is weak, this would happen, a break, because this broken, and this one later. Yeah, if we were to look at other pair, like any pair that pair back to dollar, Aussie broken, Kiwi broken, yeah, got stalled up. Yeah, I've got stalled up as well. I'll explain this. This is rather interesting. Euro didn't. So is that anything going on there? So for this, I will just stay aside. I won't do anything yet because I only see the price if there's a pressure push, correct? But the push at least goes as near as the price is supposed to go. If it doesn't goes to towards the resistance, I will just ignore it because they are still trying to find a longer term direction, even though a mid-term direction. But in terms of scalping or just intraday, yeah, you still can buy. The reason why you can buy is because if we have a look at all the pressure bar over here, there's a pressure push here, big boys. We have a pressure push here and price keep on going up. So what's the chances of the price when it comes down? Less. So if we were to do an intraday or scalping to the upside, go ahead. But if we want to do something on the higher long-term swing or a mid-term swing, it's slightly tricky. So it's kind of still jam in between this whole area. Any breakout haven't happens, I can't see any direction. That's the only thing, right? Just ignore this. Don't ignore this. I'll just explain a bit here. See, this is my key area. Price came back here. I actually took a position here. I have a position here, and I got out from market when the position moved around here. took half of it, the other half I took around here. The reason why is because, see, have a look, my that's a support here might turn resistant, then another here support might turn resistant, so take half, take half. I have closed my position all here. See how powerful this thing is. Once it tested the key area, price sit for the past 16 hours, and boom, once it break out, it just go. This is what I talk about, a breakout. So there's nothing here yet. This is a climb, comes back here. So there's no any indication that the price one comes down. If it want to comes down, I'm going against these fellas, the buyers here. If I want to buy up, it gets stalled up currently here on this pressure push here. So kind of get stuck. If you guys were to kind of like trade it in between this thing, yeah, it might work for scalping and intraday. All right, that's for EURUSD, and let's go for dollar yen. The interesting part about yen is, what do we know about yen? I mean, just have a look at the chart first. It's either you can have a look at the fundamental side first, or you want to look at the chart. No right, no wrong. So price broken here, then yeah, didn't have a proper climb, come back here, invalidated itself temporary, did a correction, see, first correction, second correction on smaller time frame, then break again. So here, just put it up. So the question here now is still it is, we know very well that dollar is weak, but is Japan strong? I mean, is yen strong? We can see that supposingly, if there's no incident that ongoing in Japan itself, that it might affect this particular yen. All we know is last week, earthquake over in Fukushima. So if there's earthquake on Fukushima itself, what will happen to yen? Economy kind of got stalled, bullet train stopped, a lot of things stopped. Power plant have to kind of like stop as well, so that to prevent more disaster that ongoing. So if everything being stopped there, the economy gonna be weak. If economy is weak, is yen gonna be strong or weak? Just think about it. Of course, yen gonna be weak as well. So weak versus weak, what will happen? It will eventually get kind of like sideways. So things won't go anywhere. We know very well that dollar is weak, so it's supposed to come down if yen is strong, but there's still a small correction over this only. But will it eventually goes back up? Not sure. Will it eventually goes back down again? Not sure, because this particular pair now, it's not going anywhere yet. It will be fighting each other for this pairing because of the disaster itself. Till that disaster or the announcement saying that Fukushima got better, economy start to cycle back, then only that we can see the true strength of yen to come back. If yen is strong and dollar still continue to be weaker, then we can see this will happen steady. Dollar is weak, yen is strong, this might continue. But because of the disaster that ongoing, that's why there is a push of this particular pricing over here to weaken yen over and over again. So this is my analysis for yen. I'll just put aside, I won't be trading it, and because of the disaster that ongoing in Japan itself. So this pair, big no for me now. Till that disaster is done, only I will do something about it. So I've covered up all 5 pairs. Hopefully that we can take some entries on gold on Monday. Then we have another pound dollar is nice. And if you guys like to know how to analyze all these thing, you can or you want to learn more about our mentorship, then you can sorry about this, just give me 1 second. Darling, just go outside for a while. Yeah, I'm not talking anything. I'm recording videos. Okay, or you sit one side. All right, that's my daughter, my younger daughter. All right. Okay. If you want to know more about my mentorship, just Telegram me. Underneath the YouTube, we have the Telegram channel, or you just can follow our channel and ask anything about analysis. It's a very simple mechanism that I relies on sentiments, I relies on news, what's going on currently, that I relies on charting itself, then I relies on economically data. It's just a process flow. It's not very complex thing. And at the end of the day, my advice to you guys is don't go all in. I mean, there's no way to be sure win. Even though, like for example, pound dollar as an analysis, it might goes up. But the main question is this: where does the price want to go? Or where does the sorry, not the price want to go? Where does the price want to get stop out first? Stop out lah. Okay, where does the price want to reject on areas? That's the biggest issue. Will it reject here? Will it reject here? Or will it reject here? No one will know. We only can wait and see further on the formation of those sitting bars. So it's a very patient thing. If we will do an early entry, anytime we will go against a pressure or a pushing phase. So have a lot of patience about that. If you guys want to drop into smaller time frame to find some price action, go ahead. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's because one H price action is not that strong. The stronger price action that can happen, it's a higher time frame one, because there's more money being rejected, or inflow of money being into the market on a single candlestick. 4 hours is definitely better than 1 hour, or one day is definitely better than 4 hours. More money being inflow, that's the reason why. So I will, yeah, it's almost an hour for the video already for this just 5 pairs, because rather than analysis, I share with you guys how the whole process flow of analysis works. Hope that you guys like it, and yep, do subscribe to me. I'll just do it more videos for you guys. And yeah, thank you very much for supporting me, and also thank you very much for listening to me. All right, good day to you guys, and may the pips be with you next week. Bye.